The 2nd of October 2017, Toro Rosso driver Carlos Sainz Jr. believes that an electrical problem denied him a strong chance of a points finish at the Malaysian Grand Prix. Sainz Jr. lost ground at the start but gradually worked his way forward as he extended his first stint on the super soft compound, compared to the bulk of his midfield opponents. Having survived a clash with Esteban Ocon, the yet top at Sainz Jr. moved into 7th after Fernando Alonso stopped and was poised to take on new rubber, ostensibly giving him an advantage over his rivals. However, an electrical failure slowed Sainz Jr.'s car and he toured back to the pits for his 5th retirement of the season. "It was a very positive day for us in general, apart from the retirement," said Sainz Jr. "I think that we were doing a very good race and we showed a much better pace than during qualifying. When it comes to races, we always seem to extract a bit more out of the car. We were good for points, but, unfortunately, in the end we had to retire due to an electrical issue. It's a real shame, as up until that point the car was responding very well to everything. The good news is that we have another race this weekend, so we can quickly switch focus and start thinking about the Japanese GP straight away." Sainz Jr.'s debutant teammate, Pierre Gasly, finished in 14th position. Latest news: 1805 F1 1803 Sebastian Vettel's gearbox is fine following his incident with Lance Stroll in Malaysia, Ferrari has confirmed too. F1 1642 Formula One tire supplier Pirelli has predicted truly impressive G-force loadings at the Japanese Grand Prix, given 2017's F1 1619 Alex Palou will replace Robert Visau at Campos Racing for the final 2 rounds of the Formula 2 season at Jerez, Spain, and F2 1502 go behind the scenes with Mercedes drivers Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas over the course of the 19th and final Malaysian F1 1400. Ferrari will introduce different standards after both of its cars suffered engine failures at the Malaysian Grand Prix, says F1 1330. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff says that helping Valtteri Bottas return to form has become a priority for the squad, following his F1 1223. Red Bull driver Max Verstappen provides an update as he arrives in Japan after claiming his 2nd Formula One victory at the F1 1127. Toro Rosso team boss Franz Tost has praised Pierre Gasly for a fantastic Formula One debut, and expects him to make further F1 1023 F1 1011. Mercedes gathered team members from around its factory in the world to say thank you to Malaysia after 19 years on the F1 1002. Max Verstappen sealed his first victory of the campaign, while Lewis Hamilton extended his title advantage over Sebastian. F1 0734. Lewis Hamilton holds a 34-point championship advantage with just 5 events remaining, but nothing is certain amid Mercedes. F1 0538. Red Bull's Jonathan Wheatley talks through a typical Formula One race weekend as team manager, acting as the eyes and ears of F1 1646. Toro Rosso driver Carlos Sainz Jr. believes that an electrical problem denied him a strong chance of a points finish at the F1 1604. Max Verstappen delivered an overdue first win of 2017 while Lewis Hamilton extended his title lead over the recovering Sebastian. F1 1550 go behind the scenes with Ferrari, Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen at the Malaysian Grand Prix. F1 1542. Mark VDS rider Jack Miller will miss the Japanese Grand Prix after fracturing his right leg in a training accident in Modip. 1506. Haas chief Günther Steiner reckons the team's lack of pace across one lap ruined its prospects of scoring points at the F1 1502. René Binder will compete for Rapax at this weekend's penultimate round of the Formula 2 Championship at the Circuito de F2 1428. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner heaped praise on a truly dominant Max Verstappen, in the wake of the youngsters. F1 1333. Hear from Red Bull racer Daniel Ricciardo off the back of his podium finish at the Malaysian Grand Prix, aboard his flight from F1 1329. Force India's Esteban Ocon described his Malaysian Grand Prix as a race to forget after he was caught up in 2 separate F1 1216. Antonio Felix da Costa will continue with MS80 Andretti in Formula E for the 4th season of the Electric Series. The FA 1129. McLaren Honda driver Stoffel Vandoorne goes head-to-head with racing director Eric Boullier in a Malaysian Grand Prix quiz. F1 1123. Ferrari chief Maurizio Arrivalbene has made clear that the team will continue to believe in its 2017 challenge, despite another F1 1018. Valtteri Bottas says that he is probably enduring the most difficult time of his career so far, following another Loki F10925 Lewis Hamilton looks back at his standout memories of the Sepang International Circuit after 19 years of the Malaysian Grand. F10902 Lewis Hamilton believes that Mercedes has some big problems with its car that need to be rectified ahead of the 2018 season. F10829 GP2 race winner Luca Filippi has joined Oliver Turvey at the rebranded Neo team for the upcoming Formula E season, replacing new FAO 742 Williams chief Paddy Lowe says the decision to switch Felipe Massa and Lance Stroll cost both drivers a place to scuffle. F10536 Fernando Alonso's race engineer, Mark Temple, guides you through one of the most complex pieces of kit you could ever get. Your F10332 F11518 F11516 McLaren bids farewell to the Sepang International Circuit and the Malaysian Grand Prix after a 19-year spell on the Formula One. F11327 Toro Rosso's Pierre Gasly reveled in his special Formula One debut in Malaysia, and revealed that he completed the 56-lap race. F11311 Kimi Räikkönen says everybody at Ferrari is hurt after engine issues afflicted both of its cars during the Malaysian Grand. F11302 Sergio Perez expressed his gratitude to doctors at the Malaysian Grand Prix after he overcame illness to claim 6th position. F11242 McLaren Honda's Stoffel Vandoorne has described his drive to 7th position in the Malaysian Grand Prix as my best ever race. F11153 Mercedes Valtteri Bottas says that he and the team have a lot of things we need to try to understand after enduring an F1